Good evening and welcome again to another IADC update. And this evening we are here again to bring you all the developments taking place at the site of the Argyle International Airport. It is truly a pleasure for me to be bringing you these updates week after week. And this evening I am standing on top the Petroglyph Hill. Very soon this hill will be gone, but I'm standing here overlooking the 3rd kilometer of the project, and it is abuzz with activity here at the Argyle International Airport site. Now what they're doing below me there is that they have completely covered the 220 channel. That 220 channel that looks so impossible, as if we're never ever going to get through it, but it has been covered, and the entire area that includes the culverts that we have covered, and also the open area that was left after we diverted that part of the river into the drains. That entire area back over there is covered, and the entire area is looking really lovely today. They are continuing the construction of the runway in this area. They have finished the leveling in that part, and we have base material being placed there already. And closer to us here, they are continuing to fill up or to level this area right in front of us, and very soon when they finish this leveling, we will see base material being placed on here. So it really is just a matter of time before they get to that point and we see the start of the asphalting in this area. And this is going right across just in front of me. A lot of base material has been dumped there, and it's basically just awaiting the time when it will be spread across the runway. And here at the Petroglyph Hill, they continue the blasting, and a considerable amount of rocks have been removed from this area, and they are continuing this process to take down this Petroglyph Hill, which has been quite a stubborn hill and really has given the drill machines some challenges. But we are getting there, and very soon we will say goodbye to all of what we need to get rid of from the Petroglyph Hill. Just across over there to my right on the western side of the runway, we have the construction of the fencing continuing. I mentioned before that whenever we have cleared up or free up an area, we do fencing work. So we are seeing the fencing work in that area being done, and we're also seeing another set of drains being constructed in that particular area. And it's one thing about the construction of the Argyle International Airport. All around this site, everywhere on this site, we have drains being installed. So the drainage system is quite huge around here, and that is to ensure that once we start operating here, we don't have a problem of flooding and water being everywhere. So that is being well taken care of. We are gonna move from this area. We're gonna go across to the apron where some more work is taking place in that particular area. So we're gonna go around there and show you what is happening in that area. So you stay with us as we take you across. We are inside the electrical substation. This is the airside electrical substation that was recently constructed here at the Argyle International Airport. And I've made a pit stop here before we go over to the apron area. So we are still going there, so don't you move from where you are. We are going to go through this building and tell you exactly what is inside here. Well, of course, I don't know anything about electrical and electrical work, so I have with me the electrical engineer here at the IADC, Miss Josette Graves, and she's going to walk us through the building and explain things to us. Josette, welcome to the IADC update.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
All right, and thank you for agreeing to speak with us. And we're going to go through, so we could start right here in this room, because I'm seeing all of this equipment, and to me this looks complicated, like a rat going through a maze. So help me out, and the many others like me out there who wouldn't know what they're looking at. Tell us what we're looking at in here.
Okay, we're actually inside of the CCR room, the constant current regulators. This is equipment that is responsible for powering and controlling the lighting on the runway. We have two different sizes. We have 15 kilowatts and 3 kilowatts. The 15 kilowatts ones would be powering the runway edge lights, and then the smaller ones would be for the taxiway lights and the PAPIs. So basically this is just it.
So this is what we are talking about.
Yeah, these blue things.
Constant
Current regulators, yeah.
All right, so okay, and if we move down further down here, plenty wires, plenty switches. This seems like a control panel or something to me.
This is the control panel for the control and monitoring system of the runway lights. So this is connected to it will be connected to a flat screen which has basically a layout of the runway, and the controllers in the tower can turn on and off and change the intensity of the lights from the tower.
Okay.
So this is responsible for doing that. Right. This is the main panel in the substation. It powers everything. So this would give a feed to this panel which powers the CCRs. And then there's another feed which goes to the building services panel and transformer. That's basically it.
Okay, so that's what's out here. There is another room with what looks like some other really big equipment. You could just tell us what's inside there.
Well, these are two 350 kilowatt generators. They are responsible for energy emergency backup. You know, when we lose power from Vinlec, they will kick in automatically. We have them in a cascading configuration, which means that when current goes, both of them would start up. Then one would be the master, and then if there's no problem with the master, the other would shut off and leave that one working. However, if there's a problem with the master, the other one would stay on. So it's basically we have three sources of energy. So I don't anticipate that we'll be having power outage problems here at the airport.
What are the other facilities we find in this building?
Well, we have an office for the ship supervisor. We also have a workshop where we can do minor repairs of components and of equipment, and where most of the technicians will be stationed. We also have a storage area for storage for spare parts, and we have a kitchen and bathroom.
Persons who will be stationed here will be very comfortable.
It should be.
Yeah, and I saw the kitchen facilities. They look really, really good.
Good.
All right. So thank you very much, Josette. This is what it is from the electrical substation, the airside electrical substation. You've heard what's in here. She's explained it to you. And we thank you very much. We're going to move from here and head over to the aprons to see what's taking place there. Stay with us. Thank you for staying with us. We are back overlooking the apron area, runway, taxiways, all of it here in the 2nd kilometer of the project. And from where we were last week when we left you, there hasn't been any further development on the apron. That L part of it is still there for the placement of the additional concrete slabs. However, the area below us here at the Alpha Taxiway that they were filling up, they have completed the filling up process. They have also placed the base material on here, and what we are awaiting is the continuation of the asphalt of this part of the taxiway coming towards the 191 channel. Further down, going south, we still see an area there on the Alpha Taxiway that is still to be leveled and have the base material placed on it. So still some work to be done here. Additionally, we have seen some concrete work, few concrete slabs done here between the Alpha Taxiway on the fringe here and the drains that they recently covered just in front of the apron area. So some concrete work has been done here in this area. We are also seeing a lot of activity on the runway and further to the end of the taxiway. So some work is being done in that area as well. So not a whole lot to tell you about here this week, but this is what it is. Behind me, I'm sure you can see the passenger terminal and the jet bridges, and right here next to me is the third part of the commercial apron. That's for the third parking area, the extension of the commercial apron. Originally, if you recall, we had built the commercial apron to park 2 wide-body jets side by side, and we have since extended that apron so we can park 3. Now, a correction to something I said last week in our update last week with the staircase, that I mentioned that the staircase would be used for the smaller jets. That information was not altogether correct. Now, the staircase that we showed you last week is basically to facilitate the third parking space, or any aircraft that might be using that third parking space. So let's say that you have 2 aircraft already utilizing the jet bridges and we have a third aircraft, then we will use the staircase to facilitate the boarding or the deplaning of that particular aircraft. And in the event also that something is wrong, maybe we don't have, whatever, something might be wrong with one of the jet bridges and it is not working, then we will use the staircase to facilitate that process. So that is basically what the staircase is there for, to facilitate the third aircraft if need be, and also as a backup for the jet bridges. So this is it for this week from the Argyle International Airport update. We'll see you again next week, God willing.